Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 22 on Somerset Farms. We're going to obviously continue with what we were doing yesterday, guys. We have to get this field sowed today, and we have to get these fields also rolled. And then we need to look at getting as much grass cut as we can for the sheep. So yeah, we have got quite a busy day, or quite a busy episode. Yeah, gonna plant soybeans in this field. Hopefully we can get a decent yield out of this field this year. Hopefully this year it doesn't mess up. Remember how it didn't grow this bit here last year? Yeah, well, let's hope this year it is sorted. But we are planting. There's not much more we can do about that. Yeah, hopefully we can get this done relatively quickly. Like I say, I'd like to try and get rolled today. I could roll off recording. It's us basically going up and down with a roller. It's not exactly the best job in the world. We can't afford to buy a bigger roller. That's the problem. Our roller is really small, and we just cannot afford to buy a bigger one. So we are stuck with our, I think it's 6 meters, literally the same size as this. We could technically, I suppose, put a worker on the roller. It could be doable. There's a lot of mismatched shape fields though, and I don't want it to miss loads, otherwise I might as well end up doing it myself anyway. It takes just as long to find all the little bits it misses than it does to actually just do the job to begin with. But we put 3.5 hours on our new tractor already. It is actually quite warm, although that does also include the implement on the back. Yeah, 3.5 hours. This tractor's proven to be a good value for money. It's running the seeder so well. I can't really argue with that. It is absolutely fantastic. I know my overlap's not great. I'm trying to get nice curves to make it a bit easier to seed. These fields where I wish I had the bigger seeder. I think we might look at buying a bigger roller. I really do. It's just going to be so much quicker. I know I've got a mod installed where it's like a really small roller, and you can add like 2, 3, 4, 5 of them together, things like that. I'm trying to avoid using that mod in general, just because I can only imagine the headache it would give me having to reverse it, to be honest. And I kind of don't want that headache. As you can see, I'm just trying to straighten up some edges, just to try and get not to get a worker on with it, but just to... It's a lot easier if I've got straight edges. And then it goes and misses a massive chunk there like an idiot. Yeah, it's using quite a bit of seed. Although saying that, guys, let's look at it once we've done. Once we've actually finished seeding this field, all the seeding is done. We've used literally 31% of our implement's capacity. We can't really argue with that. Obviously, I know it's going to go down a little bit. We've got quite a bit more left to do, but 31% worth of seed. As it stands, we can do this farm twice. I can see the weeds just spawning in that field. I've just realised we're going to wait for the weeds to grow. And I'm surprised it's got weeds actually. But then again, yeah, it will have weeds because I never actually ploughed it. That was one of the fields that didn't get ploughed. As you can see, we're nearly done. It doesn't take long whatsoever. It's probably going to be a slightly longer episode. I know every episode is quite long at the moment. I don't want to drag this season now, you know, this planting season. And I just don't know how else to, you know, like I say, I've got this to do. I've got to roll it. I've got to fertilise a couple of fields. We have to get grass cut this in April. We have to. Just because it takes 2 days to grow back, so that's, well, 2 days, 2 months. So that'll be May and June. Cut it again. We need silage again. So we need grass and we need silage this year. And we can't cut 3 months a year. That means we can only get 3 cuts. And that's if we're quick at cutting it as well. Yeah, we need grass and we need silage. But that's why we made the sheep pen an actual like fielded grass. Because that can just be grass for the sheep. And our actual grass field, which is field 35, can be turned into silage. Really like that. That is it's coming along so well. Like I say, don't really know what people were to expect this time of year. It's literally just preparation, getting crop in the ground. I think we've got a couple of fertilising contracts we can do just to speed up the income a little bit. What we need to do is we need to buy the machine to start producing our own seed, you know, from crop. So for example, we could maybe do a harvest, for example, and instead of selling the excess grain or keeping the excess grain, we could just put it into the seed maker, start producing our own seed a little bit. I don't really want to be fully self-sufficient on this series. That's something we're going to do over on Attingham Park. But I'm just trying to think of reducing costs long term. Like if we buy 6 bags of seed, it's I don't know how much is a bag of seed. Can't remember. But you get the idea. Then the amount of seed we use, and then obviously if we start doing some sowing contracts, well, we could imagine not paying for seed. We can use the harvest from that field to produce more seed. Have like a recycling basically of the grain. I can't think of the word, so I've gone with recycling. But as you can see, we're just about done. Well, we're done for this. Like I say, we've got to get rolled next, and like I say, we also need to get on with the fertilising on this field. We did buy a bag of fertiliser. We could only afford the one at the time. Could maybe go back and get another one. You got to remember our fertiliser is a little bit cheaper as well. But yeah, what have we got? We've got slurry as well. Don't forget we've got slurry, but I kind of want to build that up a little bit. I don't feel like we've got enough at the moment to be doing large quantities on the farm. But at the moment, I'd rather build some. I'd rather use slurry once a year, you know, and let it build up, and then we'll use the fertilizer once we get more cows and we produce. That's our problem. We didn't buy enough cows early on, and it's kind of been an issue since. also on the good news, along like that principle, we haven't had to rent the TMR mixer very often. But no, that is our field all planted. We've got a bit of rolling to do. We've got some fertilising to do. And then, like I say, we do have a couple of contracts. We can just get a little bit of money coming in on the side. I can't remember what those said contracts were, but we can just have a little look because I've completely forgotten. They're all fertilising contracts, and we can earn quite a bit of money from that. Let's have a look how we're going to look for a new roller. Price wise, things like that. Let's have a look in the shop. There's still nothing, obviously. So this is what we have at the moment. I think it's... We have the 610S. Yeah, so we've got that one, 80. We could technically get that one. It's a little bit wider. That's the one ideally we'd like to get. It's twice the width. It's £41,000 though. We just don't have that kind of money this year for that. It would be nice if we did, but we just don't. So we're gonna have to use our baby roller just for a little bit longer. We might as well start with this field. We're literally right next to it. I think the only thing I can really do with this job, because it's not very exciting, I think would be to just put this one on a time lapse, to be honest. Don't really know what else I could do. I don't mind rolling it per se. It's not going to be the quickest thing in the world, and we've got three relatively big fields to do. So yeah, I'm going to put this onto a time lapse, guys, because you know this is going to be it, me just driving around the field. And I'll see you once we've done all three. So it might be a bit of a big time lapse, but trust me, you don't want to see me roll. Right guys, we have pulled that time lapse a little bit short. I've had an idea. I had an idea going around that field, and I was like, I could have come out the time lapse earlier and today, but I thought, well, we'll get that field done. What we're going to do, guys, I'm going to put a worker doing this rolling, and I'm off to go do the fertilising contracts to at least make some money on the side. Otherwise, yeah, rolling is just, it's one of them jobs that I just don't like it. It's just so, you know what I mean? So what I'm going to do, all I'm going to do is I'm going to basically give some of these edges a straighter, you know, a straighter edge. Just so it has less issues with the roller. Roller, I meant worker. Right, well, I completely misjudged that one, didn't I? If I basically do this at the bottom, I know it looks like I'm going to drive in the hedge. It's the only way I could have done this. Not much. If I get that little bit there done that I've just missed, I've got to do that top edge. Although saying that, if I redo this, we might be able to save a lot of money. Remember, a worker uses a lot of money doing turns, yeah? So let's get him going long ways rather than short ways. He'll have less turn. If I send the worker going this way now, he's going to spend an absolute fortune just turning around. If I do this here and I go to that edge and I do the same, we can send the worker going up like this way, lengthways, and it's longer. But at least I can get my money's worth out of him. It would be easier to go the direction we're going now, up and down this way. But like I say, he'll use a lot more money in the long run. In wages. So if I just quickly get this one done, and like I say, and then we'll go do a couple of them fertilising. The reason why is, one, I need to go to the shop and buy some fertiliser, and two, we have to fertilise the fields we roll anyway. You know what I mean? So if I've got the fertiliser on and I go do some fertilising, kill two birds with one stone. The money that guy makes me, I know this guy's gonna basically waste money on wages, but I don't think it's a waste, to be fair. Rolling is so freaking boring. If there was a setting in the menu to turn rolling off, I would turn rolling off. It's like stones. I don't mind doing stones. I know we've got stones turned off at the moment on this series, but that's more just because well, one, the stone machines are so small, and two, it's just so expensive to buy the bigger ones. Yeah, that's not exactly a straight edge, is it, Reaper? Jesus Christ. You know what a straight edge is? I didn't plan on driving through that hedge then. It just wouldn't come out. Right, well, whatever this worker does, whatever this worker does is clearly going to be an absolute freaking nightmare. Right, let's... Why can't you just go in the direction I'm trying to point you in? It would be a lot easier. Right, whatever. Leave him to it. Right, what do we have here? We've got... Do we... I don't think we've got any fertiliser here. Well, let me just have a quick look. We do. We do. We do. Andy. Right. So yeah, what have we got? Basically, we've got all the flashing fields. They're all fertilising contracts. That's fine. Let's buy another bag of fertiliser because we can afford one at the moment. Yeah, seed is actually relatively expensive. Fertiliser is a bit cheap. I tell you what, we'll buy 2 bags because I know that's going to blow half the money, but we are going to need... We are going to need some. You want to get 1,000 litre in each bag. Right, 1 second, guys. Steering wheel just went off again. Just had to tab out and back in. I think the best thing we can do is start with the nearest field. I reckon we just do field 20 first. It is right next to us. Just got to be careful we don't lose that bag of fertilizer like that. I could do with really just putting it between the cab and the fertilizer, but I think it's a little bit full at the moment. Oh, screw it. My steering wheel seems to be doing whatever the hell it wants. Yeah, I did not plan on going up there. I went to turn right and it just wouldn't. Anyway, we're here. Let's get this done. If I have to keep stopping to pick the fertilizer bags up, that's fine. Yeah, we'll get all these contracts done. Like I said, the worker's doing something. If the worker does the majority of that field, that's good enough for me. I say rolling's just one of them jobs where it's like, eh. For me, it's like cutting the grass in real life, do you know what I mean? On this game, got no problem cutting the grass, but when I have to do it with a teeny tiny mower in real life, and like my garden's like 50 meters long, it's freaking huge, is my back garden. Yeah, it's just one of them jobs you just don't want to do. I'm gonna say complete in a minute. That's fine, we can do that. Hopefully we can get a little bit more of this in there. I want to try and get it. It gets a bit thinner. I want to try and put it in there. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not the best place to put it, guys. I've never once said it was. See, we've already bought this one field alone. Just bought 2 bags of lime. Okay, this is starting to be a pain in my ass now. I'm trying to just be a little bit more economical when it comes to not having to keep going back to the shop for little bits of fertilizer and stuff. I'm just trying to take it with me, and I don't have to keep going back there. I can just keep topping it up. And then when I go back to my farm, I've got as much as I can with me. Basically, I'm just trying to be a bit quicker at getting these jobs done. Yeah, I was gonna roll all this episode. I'd rather do a couple of these kind of contracts. It kind of just, I can leave that there till I come back. We've got to pass this way to come back. Good enough for me. No, I think it is. Oh no, we have got. I was thinking then we had row crop tyres on. Just with the way it was driving, it was terrible. Right. Lovely. Yeah, it's a really efficient spreader, is this. It's one of the reasons why I like it. It doesn't hold like a massive amount. Maybe 4,000 litres is a bit much, but most of them hold at least 4,000. It's relatively efficient, so we don't waste loads and loads and loads and loads of fertilizer. We just, and because of the nice wide spread on it, it just means we can get some of these jobs done relatively quick. And yeah, you know, like I say, when we have a lot of slurry and we have like massive amounts of manure, we will look at just being kind of self-sufficient from the point of view of, well, we don't need to keep buying it. We will just we'll use what we can produce, because at the end of the day, slurry and manure is free, or it will be once I buy a TMR mixer. Because at the moment we don't have one that we can. We have to keep renting it, which is why we're waiting for the food to go down, because when the food goes down, we'll make a couple of batches. Trying to jam it in between. Right, so that's field 16 done as well. We're just going to cash them in as we... Sorry. Just couldn't seem to get my machine turning. That's another £3,000. So we've made profit in this episode. Well, we made profit after the first contract, to be honest. Yeah, like I say, I could have rolled, I could have fertilized, you know what I mean? We were gonna fertilize no matter what. I just can't stand rolling. I genuinely can't, guys. And you could argue, yeah, Reaper, you don't need to roll. No, you don't. It's just one of them things where I don't like the shade of blue on my menu. So I've done it. I don't think rolling would be too bad when we get the, you know, that £40,000 roller. Maybe rolling will be a lot better then. Maybe it's just a case of we don't like it because, well, 6 meters at a time. It's not the quickest. There we go. Press R now to refill it. It's going to basically take it from that bag instead. I know, it just means that if we do it like that, we don't have to keep running that bag around with us. We go, another one down, and 47 down, so we've got 31, 27, well, we know where 31 is and we know where 27 is, so we've nearly done. These are two relatively small fields, to be honest. Won't take more than a minute or two now. We'll have done all these before he's even finished one field, put it that way. So we've got 31 and 7 to go. We'll cash them in once we're done now. 31 is around the corner and is absolutely tiny. Tiny, tiny field. To be honest, it was better to do these contracts than it was to roll these fields. I will roll the last one off recording though, just because I just can't stand rolling. I can't stand rolling. Although we've got 13 to do as well, haven't we? So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go and fertilise 13, because what we can do is we can do 31, then we'll do 13, and we'll go out the other side of the field, and then that way it is it's all done. We can go on to field 7, come back into the farm, and then we can get our fields fertilised. This tractor is 94% or 91% knackered. 91% knackered. That is insane. We can't afford to fix it at the moment. Well, actually, I think we can just about afford it now. If I'm honest. I think it's about £6,500 to repair. It's not fertilising on the left because that's where like the new section of field was, but we're just going to make sure it covers just in case there's any bits that we did need to do. Yeah, by the look of it, there wasn't. We still need to roll this field, but it'll be fine. I was going to fertilise them after we'd rolled them all, but yeah, just right now it just makes sense to roll it. We have to drive through this field to get to field number 7, which is the last remaining contract. So we might as well do it this way. Kind of a bit of a loop. We do field 7, we end back up in the farm. That's where the last 2 fields are. Last 2 fields are actually connected to our farm track. There we go. 94% left. Done all the contracts, or 2 bags. Was it 2 bags? No, well, it's technically 4, wasn't it? But we only did technically buy 2 bags today. But yeah, we'll get field 7 done right now. And then that will leave us with 12 and 28. Oh wow, I didn't realise field 7 was that far away. Right, that driver may stop there. He may have an issue because of the tree. We'll see. Probably going to come up saying he's finished or something. Or he might just sit there and waste all my money. That's what happened last time, you see, when I had a guy working the roller for me. He ended up just getting caught like that and just wasting all my money. I think he wasted about £1,000. What it was is something came up and I had to go and do it, but I was like, well, I need to get this rolling job done off recording. But I left the worker going and he literally just sat there and wasted all of my money. But if we get this field rolled, we get this, well, we've already fertilised 13. So if we go now and we roll 13 off recording, our field prep for the year is done. Apart from some weeding, we're done. Which, as far as I'm concerned, is the main goal of today's episode, was to, there we go, contract is finished on field 7. I did do it all, so I will just finish it. Right, there we go. So it is 11:40 AM. Yeah, there's a little bit just to manually do on that field. No, not major. In my eyes, a couple of little bits. Right. Lovely. absolutely loving how patchy this is. But yeah, field preparation is complete. We are ready now just to basically let it grow. There we go. Just got field 12 to do. I won't do field 12 though until I've touched up all the mistakes. But yeah, that is all of the contracts done. Just make sure there's no more. Nope, done. Fantastic, £13,000 in the bank. So we started today with about £4,500. We spent about £2,500, and now we are back up to 13,800, and we haven't even done any grass work yet, even though we're not technically selling it. But yeah, you know what I mean. You know something, worker, you did a really nice job actually overall. Wasn't perfect, but I knew it wasn't going to be. Can't really argue. Worker H did a good job. Now it's not like me to compliment the workers, but you know he's done a pretty good job. Like I said, this was because I didn't put a straight edge in. What we'll do, we'll drive up here, we'll go and get that top bit up there done, and drive down the other side. Yeah, I'll finish. I'll get 13 done in a off recording. I'll set the worker going now, and then we'll get field 12 fertilised on screen or on recording, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, not badly done. Not really sure what went on here, but yeah, weird one. Don't really know what went on there. It just seemed to miss half a strip. There we go. Yeah, he did an alright job, considering. Oh, look at these tiny little bits it left. No way. Yeah, nice. Genuinely can't argue with that. He did a really nice job. This tractor's really, really nice. I think the only issue I have with this tractor is the fact it doesn't have thinner tyres. Or if it does, I didn't come across them in the list. I think that's probably my only bugbear with this tractor. Yeah, in the next episode, well, what are we on now? We're on like dinner time. So in the next episode, we'll go up to the sheep area. We'll get that grass area cut, obviously the sheep need the grass feed. Let's just have a look how animals are doing in general. Yeah, look, down. Well, they've got a bit, but I'd still like to get it done. Chickens are desperate for feed. Oh god, I didn't realise that. Right, I'm going to leave that worker going there. Oh, past my tractor. Yeah, we're going to need some chicken feed. We need them eggs to keep continuing. I wouldn't mind, but chicken feed is very expensive to buy. I don't think I've got any in storage. I think I sold it all. I'm wondering if there's... No. I was wondering if we could get a greenhouse and put chicken, you know, grow wheat in it. Or something that the bloody, the chickens would eat. Like, for example, you could get one of them greenhouses and you could grow a bit of corn in it. If the chickens ate corn. That would have been nice if they'd have eaten corn. And then we could have just had a greenhouse just producing corn just to feed the chickens. Because like I say, we are a long way away from having barley or wheat or sorghum. I don't think we've got anything to give that. Well, I actually think we do. I think we've got a bit of sorghum. But the problem is the sorghum I was keeping because it's worth quite a bit of money. But it's not going to be worth as much as buying wheat. Wheat is very expensive to buy. Very, very expensive. Right, there we go. Yeah, I'll park this up, guys, and we'll just have a quick look at the chicken feed situation. Just because I don't want to continue that into the next episode. Because I will forget about it. I will definitely forget about it. So I would like to look at it now. What have we got in the silo? Oh, we've got... Oh, no, it's soybeans. Crap. We've got we've got 1,000 litres. It only holds 9,000 litres in total anyway. But we do have 1,000 litres. This is my issue at the moment. I don't really have anything. I don't have a small trailer to transport this. I don't even know where my freaking trailer is. Yeah, so let me tell you what I was thinking. Wow. Wow, that's actually really nice. That is a really cheap price as well. But no, let me tell you what I was thinking. Might be under cars. Look, £11,000 holds... No, it's not that one. It's this one. There you go. Look at that. 1,000 litres in the back. Little quad bike. We could go to the shop. We could get little bits, but it's £15,000. Yeah. Yeah, so where's my trailer? Oh, I know where my trailer is. All the way over there. Oh, we've got plenty of potatoes. And they're 2,000 litres as well for potatoes. So that's relatively good. Right. I'm having to get this trailer out to move 918 litres of barley. Come on. That is really, really bad. Look at the size of this trailer. We definitely need to get something really small. Something about the 3,000-4,000 mark, maybe. 2%. I put 2% in here. Talk about overkill. Like I say, it's not a lot, it's just what I had in storage. Animals now, chickens, 2,500. We'll see. We'll see how long it lasts. Hopefully it lasts a little bit longer than I think it will. I don't think it's going to last more than a month, to be honest. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I do greatly appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying the series. I know I'm getting a good quantity of likes to the series, so I hope that still means everyone is enjoying it. We will be recording Attingham Park on Thursday this week, guys, at about 8:30 AM UK time. So if anybody does want to join that series, you just need to be in the Discord before then. Yeah, we're looking for workers to do a couple of contracts, you know, move some things around, things like that. But yeah, for now, guys, I do massively appreciate everybody for watching, and until next time, I will see you all in the next one.